I don't know whether this is one of those things that where it really annoys people from Denmark to make this reference, but in terms of fashion and the supermodel phenomenon that is Helena Christensen, how much, when she really was in her height, how much did that directly help Danish fashion, do you think, around the world?
I don't think it actually helped Danish fashion because initially she was very much sort of for other labels, the cosmetics industry, which from a Danish angle is sort of non-existent.
Yeah.
The magazine she was in wasn't really sort of retrievable in Denmark. You know, it came on later, but obviously she was a beacon of light because anytime anybody sort of comes or originates from a part of the world where nobody else is looking, then attention gets towards it. We had Eileen Thorpe coming over, doing the Eileen Thorpe competition for models from Denmark 10 years in a row. Obviously that, you know, made a lot of models begin to go abroad, and again then that maybe turned into an effect for the fashion industry.
Okay, and yeah, you're right. Yeah, I mean, it's great to have an ambassador that people know, but if they're not aligning themselves at their height with, you know, Australian brands and Danish brands, it doesn't really help that much. Although, yes, you know, the Danish gets put on the radar, I guess, by default in a way. Your brand White, with 2 eyes, is going to be launching in Australia soon, which is fantastic. And I can see how it really will suit the Australian female as well. You've had like some amazing success outside of Denmark already, in America and other countries. Can you tell me a bit about because it must be amazing when you kick some serious goals in somewhere like America that's so flooded with amazing fashion. What's going on with you guys in America?
Well, I mean, obviously we opened up America about 1.5 years ago, and initially it was very tough. I mean, nobody knows you. Everybody else has a marketing budget which is the size of our complete turnover, so it makes it hard. But aside from that, our clothing line, which is designed from Frederikke, who is the designer, is all about wearing. It's not about hanging on a hanger. It's not about, you know, just looking good. It's actually supposed to be wearable on a woman. And once you start getting consumers in it, that's when we start to see the snowball effect. It's been the same whether it was Denmark initially to when, you know, we initiated into Holland or Italy now.
How many countries are you in?
Official countries, we are in 22. Unofficial, small customers and whatever, then it's much more, but official documented distribution is in 22 nations.
Wow, that's amazing considering so many labels have died over the last 5 to 10 years. How have you kind of kept progressively evolving when others are going backwards and almost burying?
I think it's difficult to sort of comment on what other people do and what's wrong in reference to their sort of approach. I mean, what we've maintained constantly is that we have full creative freedom for the design team, which means a lot of collections in the latter years have been very sales driven. You know, if they saw something went really well, they would copy paste and just do it in a new color next season. If Frederikke wants to do that, she can do that, but eventually she and her vision is what we go out and pitch for the market. You can then have a season where people tell you, no, that's all wrong, but that's fashion. You know, you're supposed to actually try to breach the borders constantly, try to actually constantly, aggressively seek new fashion points.
What's the one moment in White's history you think while you've been there? I know for a lot of labels, you know, seeing someone famous wearing their, you know, garment when they didn't know about it, or they did know about it to the Oscars or whatever it is. What do you reckon in White's history has been the moment where you've all got together and gone, we're so excited that happened? It doesn't have to be a celebrity wearing it, but just its moment that was like, wow.
I think in the last 2 years we've had an extreme amount of success.
A lot of champagne drinking.
Yeah, champagne lunches and everything. Just like
You're
rich
lying.
and famous.
You're lying.
No. I think we've had a lot of successes in reference to being show of the day. We've had a lot of press being mentioned in Elle in Brazil. You where we don't have any distribution.
Wow.
But I think the most sort of the point that we felt we finally found ourselves, where we were recognised for what we were doing and what we were trying to do, was about a year ago, where we did the show in Copenhagen, and the representative of the New York Times said that she was extremely wowed because it was the first time she'd seen a collection where she could actually imagine every piece hanging in her closet.
Wow.
Because it was a collection for real people and not just for people that live glamorous lives. Exactly.
Yeah.
And that felt to be spot on what we want to do. Yeah.
Well, I wish you all the best for your launch in Australia, and I think it's going to be amazing. And I look forward to wearing it, and I look forward to your design team coming to Australia so I can take them out to all our favourite restaurants and maybe the odd bar.
Yeah, well, they'll gladly come along.
Tell them to block out a day after the bar experience. It will be no press that day. Good luck. Thank you so much, Henry. Thank you.